It was the TV drama of the year, wasn't it? Completely gripped the nation. ITV's Mr. Bates versus the Post Office. A true story highlighting the injustices faced by the sub-postmasters as a result of the Post Office Horizon uselessness.
Well, despite years of campaigning, many victims are still waiting for compensation, including former sub-postmaster Janet Skinner. Now, she was sentenced to 9 months in prison for an alleged £59,000 shortfall at a post office in Hull.
A new Commons inquiry opens today looking into why the compensation isn't being paid. And Janet joins us now. There's so much to talk to you about. There is to all of you who've been through this. But I was just saying to you in the break, you, a law-abiding, sort of middle-class woman, never been in trouble with the law before, ends up going to jail for 3 months.
Yeah.
What was it like being inside for 12 weeks when you hadn't done anything wrong?
Well, I was on suicide watch for a few weeks because of my mental state. I think you just go into shock. And when you're trying to explain to people that you actually haven't done anything wrong...
Worse, actually, you're the victim.
Yeah, because it's...
Not just you've done nothing wrong, you're the person that is against you, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but, I mean, and then you've got to try and prove your innocence, but against some institution like the Post Office, you've just, at that point, you had no choice.
How did it impact... I mean, it doesn't take a genius to see how that would utterly devastate your own mental health, but also the wider spread to your family, to people that know you.
Yeah, I mean, my kids didn't come and see me while I was in prison.
Because did they believe you?
No, you told them not to come.
I wouldn't allow them to come. Because
who did see you? Who did come and visit you?
Just, a couple of friends and my ex-partner.
Yeah. And it also affected you physically.
Yeah, well, when I was actually in prison in 2007, and I lost. Obviously, I had to sell my house because it was going into repossession, and I sold it in the October. So I'd moved out of that property, moved into private rented, which is where I've been living private rented ever since. And all of the correspondence that the Post Office had been sending me was going to my previous address. And I didn't know that. I found out in the June of 2008 there was a warrant out for my arrest. God. So I had to answer to a warrant. I had to go to Sheffield Crown Court. I was handcuffed, put in cells for the day. And they was looking at sending me to prison, back to prison for 5 years for not paying compensation to the Post Office.
Which you knew nothing about because the mail was going to the wrong address.
So where are you now? Because in the eyes of us as a nation, partly due to the ITV drama and also the incredible campaigning you've all done, we all feel you're wronged, the compensation has been decided you should get. Where are you now in terms of legally needing the money and being able to get it?
Well, do you know what? I'd just like to be able to buy a house and just start living my life instead of having to fight continuously. Yeah. And I think that's what a lot of people are feeling. I mean, yeah, we have the nation behind us, but the nation doesn't control the purse. The purse is controlled by the government. Right. Where you've got the government who are blaming the Post Office for being slow. You've got the Post Office blaming the government for being tight with their...
You're squeezed in the middle.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, the government are the 100% shareholder of the Post Office. They own it. It is their responsibility. So having these inquiry, again, on top of another inquiry, is the issues that they're creating.
So this inquiry is the Business and Trade
Commission. I've had the interim payment.
Say again?
Interim payment.
Of how much?
It was 163.
And what have they offered you since then?
Nothing, because I've got to have another medical report done. So I will be on medical report number 5.
How much do you think you should get?
But that's hard to say, isn't it? You can't put a figure on it. No. And I think...
Give us an idea. So you lost a house.
Yeah, but what they're fighting is my health reasons, because because of my health and what happened to me in 2008, if they can say that it wasn't, which is what they're looking for, a fault of me, of what I went through with them, they would only have to pay me up to the day I had my conviction overturned in 2021. Past that point, they wouldn't. But because my health and physically has changed since then, they then would now have to be responsible. So it's like they're waiting for a report to say, actually, what happened neurologically wasn't a cause of stress.
Would you say that what they're doing is trying to wriggle out of it? Is that how you see it?
What they're doing is they're trying to push people so far with documentation and requirements of medical reports and some information you just can't get your hands on.
Yeah.
So you've received 163,000 in 2022, which was supposed to be a kind of stopgap.
Yeah.
Have you turned down any more money since then? No. So you've not turned anything down. And this Business and Trade Committee, this is a one-day inquiry with another one later in the month, is specifically not looking into guilt or innocence, but looking at the compensation process. So what do you hope to come out of it?
I mean, to be honest, I don't actually know what answers they're going to get today because they've only got... I mean, I was at the committee meeting, they had a couple of months ago, and it was Alan, Hudgels, it was all of the same people that are going there today. You have nobody from the post office that's been there to be questioned today, so I don't understand what answers...
We've got a comment from the post office, just to say that a spokesman from them said we strongly encourage eligible former and current postmasters to come forward and claim redress. The Post Office is committed to doing all it can to ensure that all victims of the scandal receive the financial redress they deserve and providing this as quickly as possible. Any comfort to you of that?
Absolutely not. Tell it to their legal representation.
Words.
Yeah, it is. It's empty words.
Can I ask you something, Janet? How old were you when you were accused of stealing all this money?
36.
How old?
36.
How old are you now?
54.
54. So that's 46, that's 10, 4... That's 18 years of your life screwed up.
Yeah.
And you're still waiting for compensation after 18 years on a journey you never, ever wanted to go on.
No.
I think it's a disgrace.
It is.
It is a disgrace.
But it's controlled by the government. It's controlled by them. It's controlled
Any
by
hope that there's been a change of government?
No, because, again, it's just empty words.
All right. Well, we wish you well.
Well, our hearts go out to you. You know you've got the backing of the nation. If only that was quantifiable in something that you could actually put in a bank account, then you would have millions, I'm sure. But we wish you best with today and your ongoing fight. Take care. If you've been affected by any of the issues that we've been talking about, you can find advice and support at itv.com/helplines. Thank you, Kelly.
I have to say, if I was on one of the teams that is putting up these barriers and these tank traps for people like you to slow the process and slow the processes, I would hang my head in shame.
It's HSF, the legal representation as well, that the Post Office have. And I think this is what they want. Then, do you know what they need? What they need to do is they need to fine their legal team for stonewalling people. Our legal team is on a budget and it's capped.
Right.
Post Office's legal representation isn't.
Yeah.
Crikey.
Good point.
These are very valid points. Good to speak to you as always, Janet.
Thank you.